Well, good morning. Welcome back to Cardiff. I am actually standing south of where I finished the last video on the canals. Just to turn the camera around and show you. This is what's known as Callahan Square. You can see the railway bridge in the background that we finished on before. And by the way, I did make a mistake and called the hotel that I showed you on the images the Westgate Hotel. It's not the Great Western Hotel. Thank you for people who pointed that out. I do make mistakes. So let's go back and look at this image. And what we're looking at is this railway bridge, and there's one or two things you can still see on it today, and the canal which would have run underneath and through where I'm standing now. Now, one of the things that is very prominent about the canal south of the city centre is exactly the same as everywhere else, and that is it's gone. The path I'm walking along here is known as Canal Parade, and there is just derelict land either side. It has been filled in completely. But what I'm going to look at is where it went, and a couple of branch canals which you may or may not know have existed, but were an important part of how the Glamorganshire Canal linked down into the docks. Now, just south of the city centre used to be two roads. They were called East Canal Wharf and West Canal Wharf, and they feature in my history because I worked in East Canal Wharf in a couple of training organisations down there. And in those days, they were buildings that had been built in the 60s on top of the canal, hence the name East and West Canal Wharf. But when you look at these images, you can see that south of the bridge, south of the city centre, the canal got very wide. It became kind of like a pound, a sea pound. And as a result of that, it's a very different look down here to that, which was the narrow canal which you saw north of Cardiff. Now I'm going to come down here, show you one or two bits before we get on to the other little canals. It is fair to say this area has changed. What was canal, warehouses and an awful lot of sidings today is houses, businesses and residential areas. And over there, Cardiff Male College with their inflatable extension. And all of this would have been the canal. It has been totally built upon. Take a look at this image, and it shows the canal south of East and West Canal Wharf. On the left, big ponds for timber, where they used to, as the timber came in on the boats, they would put it in ponds to stop it warping and cracking. And you can see the width of the canal. If I zoom out to another image, you can see just how big this was. And halfway down, there's a bridge over James Street. Contrast that to today. I did make sure there were no kids around before I filmed the playground. But this is what it looks like today. As I say, completely filled in. And in a way, there's nothing really to show you. The point I wanted to make is from that wall over there, right the way to that fence over there, would have been the canal and the wharves. We are not talking narrow boats. This was a rather large, wide bit of water. This was all opened in 1798, and the idea was that seagoing vessels could come in here and transfer their cargoes to narrowboats to take them back up the canal, having come down probably with loads of coal. And even when the canal closed in the city centre, this part of the waterway was retained. You can see in this image there's a large roundabout and a road to the far side of the railway bridge, but on this side is this wide canal. There was a lock that linked the canal to the Bristol Channel, known as the Sea Lock, and these old images show it with sailing barges, and this one with more modern ships. And you'll note in the image on the left, Clarence Road Railway Station, terminus of the GWR in the bay, and the tracks of the Glamorganshire Canal Railway. Oh, by the way, it was named the Old Sea Lock when they built a new one into the new Cardiff docks at a later date, which is why getting images and dating them can be a little bit tricky. There's been quite a bit of work going on down here. The water company, Welsh Water, have been digging up all this section, and I missed something when I videoed the canal railway, and it's just across here. It's one of the few bits of evidence that this canal was even here. This was a base of a crane and it's on a plinth, would have been on the side of the canal, and it's one of the very few bits of evidence, as I say, there ever was a canal here. You can see as I'm walking down through the park, I mean, it's lovely today. You know, new build flats over there, more over here. Combination, by the way, of social housing and private rented, private sale. But it is a very nice little park. And some of the stuff you see around, for example, there's these stones here, and you look at them and think, wonder if they were reclaimed or something. Probably not. They look a bit newer than canal ones. But what we're doing now is coming down to where the canal would have gone under James Street, and there was a swing bridge. James Street Bridge was a swing bridge, which meant that the traffic was closed off every time they wanted to open it. And this image here shows what it would have looked like. A couple of other little bits that I've not noticed before. So there's a bollard here, and a bit further down there there's a bollard. And of course, with the canal being right here, it's very possible that they were original. I don't know. It's certainly, they're old. So what happened? Well, in the late 1940s, the council, Cardiff Corporation, as it was in those days, bought the canal. And the reason was they wanted to lay some pipes down it. And they abandoned it north of Cardiff, closed it all off in the centre of Cardiff. And we're about to do so down here when the sand traders who were using this part of the canal objected. And they won their case, and it remained open. And the sand traders would be dredging sand out of the channel, coming into through the sea lock into the canal pound and unloading. And then in December 1951, a sand dredger or a sand sucker called Catherine Ethel hit the lock gates, and them being old, not well maintained, they smashed. And the result was Niagara Falls. The canal emptied completely into the Bristol Channel. This image shows the aftermath of it, and you can see this is all around James Street Bridge. And also you can see one of the aerial views, which shows quite clearly the gates broken and the canal emptied. On this map from the 1960s, you can see the canal is still there. It hadn't been filled in at that part, but the word that strikes me more than anything is mud. There were a couple of other canals in Cardiff that I wanted to have a look at. So for example, this one here came off the Glamorganshire Canal. It's called the West Junction Canal because it linked up with West Bute Dock. Now today this is what you would see if you were at the top of Bute Street. But back then you would have seen this image. And I've seen this image a couple of times and tried to place it. And of course it suddenly dawned on me, this is the West Junction Canal coming underneath Bute Street. And where it was taken from was this bridge here. Because I featured this bridge in another video before. Now this is one of these rail relics that you look at and think this shouldn't be here. And the reason is because just up there is a road bridge, and then there's this bridge here, so why would you have two? And the answer is this was the bridge that took the West Junction Canal from the Glamorganshire Canal underneath the railway, which today is the Bute Street Cardiff Bay branch. They've done a lot of work on this bridge recently, as it was in quite a bad state when I filmed it before. Shame about the graffiti. But it's still here and very possibly might get use for the extension to the Cardiff Metro that's coming up from Bute Street and needs to head that direction towards Callahan Square. Across the road from the canal bridge through these gates here, and we would have been in what was West Bute Dock. And today it's all completely filled in. And again, it's a very nice park. By the way, this building here, which has been converted into flats, used to be a potato warehouse and is just one of the many buildings that have been repurposed down here in Cardiff Bay and built alongside the new. So this is where the end of the canal would have been. And at this point, we would have been in the dock. By the way, this rather impressive lump of metal, which I have featured before, is a piston and would have been attached to one of the lock gates down at the end of the dock, which would have opened and let the ships from the docks out into the Bristol Channel. It also makes a very nice seat. When we look at the map then, the West Junction Canal comes into the West Bute Dock at the top right hand side, and there's an image here showing it as well. And there in the top corner is another familiar waterway. That is the dock feeder, and where the dock feeder entered in to West Bute Dock. And a bit further down on the right hand side is another canal, which is just called the Junction Canal. And that's the one I want to go and have a look at next, because the dock feeder and the Junction Canal have quite a bit in common. In the sunshine of this November day, the dock feeder looks rather nice, even though there's a plank of wood in there. And it is doing what it was built to do, and that was take water from the River Taff down to the centre of Cardiff and down into Cardiff docks. And you can see the water flowing down here. Now, this little bit of stone here is quite significant, because this is the end of the dock feeder and the start of West Bute Dock. So the question is, where does it go past this? We've even got this old little bridge. Oh, typed off now, but an old little bridge over it. And from here on in, this is New Cut. West Bute Dock closed in the 1960s, and in the 1980s they decided to redevelop the area, and in doing so they built a little bit of an extra cut for the dock feeder, and here it is. In fact, that plunger that I was sitting on is literally through the fence just over there. Shame there wasn't a bridge. And it comes down here around the corner through a kind of lock affair and into another bit of cut. And you would have thought, oh well, yeah, they just built a new canal, that's very nice of them, water still needs to go. Until we come across this, because this, I think you will admit, is not new. This is a very old bridge. In fact, it's grade 2 listed. It was built in the 1850s. In actual fact, there are two of them, because what we're looking at here today was the Junction Canal between East and West Bute Dock. And even though they've landscaped it, this has still got the old dressed stone, it's still got the old bridges from the 1850s, and it is a particularly lovely little bit of canal. This is original Victorian building. When they redeveloped this area, they built this canal brand new. So this does date from the 1980s. It is a new cut, and it does go down into what was East Bute Dock. But this continues along here. You can see here one of the original bollards, or capstans, or whatever they used to tie the boats up on. Because even though this was, the function of this was to take water from between the two docks, it also had another function, and that was to shift goods. Look at this building behind us, Spiller's Bakeries. This was a flour mill, and it used to basically take grain that was imported, convert it into flour, it'd be loaded onto barges, and the barges would come along here, through the Junction Canal, through the West Junction Canal, off onto the Glamorganshire Canal, and head up north, supplying flour to the towns and villages. We quite often think of the Glamorganshire Canal as a canal that shipped goods down, but in fact it was originally built to ship iron ore up to the iron ore works around Merthyr, and so shipping flour up would have been just a normal part of its function. No two ways about it, these bridges are beautiful. They grade 2 listed, they would have been road bridges, because when you look on the map you can see lots of railways around here, but they've all gone. To give you some idea of what it would have looked like when they closed it, let's have a look at this image. This shows one of the road bridges and also shows the railway bridges. Two of them together, you can see a little bit of a mess. And when you contrast it to what it was like today, I think you'll admit this is a rather nice little bit of heritage and history. Who knew there was still a canal running in Cardiff? Again, over there you can see a capstan, bollard or whatever it is they would have tied the boats up to, because what we're heading for now is a lock. We have a look at this map here, you can see there was a lock that allowed the boats from one dock to the other. Now there's no drop in height, but it would have been to protect the water. If something happened to a dock and it suddenly lost a lot of flow, then they would have closed the gates. I've just crossed the road up here, which goes over the canal, and you can see this is the end of it here. A little bit of ironwork over there, which would have been, these would have been the bottom gates, and this is where the bottom gates would have been. And again, you can see ironwork on the floor here, and this is where it would have happened. But what's more exciting than that is, and I'm going to have to get down on my hands and knees for this, is underneath this bridge, and I'm hoping you're going to be able to see this. Let's get the camera down. There, zoom it in, is a lock gate. Still in situ, still in place, where it was years and years and years ago. At this point, the Junction Canal would have entered into what was East Bute Dock. The bigger of the two, West Bute was the first one, this is East. It was kept, and the idea was that this would be used for water sports like sailing and powerboat racing, this sort of thing. I have seen dragon boat racing on here, but today there's really not a lot. And I think a lot of the hopes and aspirations for this bit of water never actually came to pass. One final thing before I go, down on the ground there, another bollard. Again, you can see here, these are the marks of the treads that would have been in the ground where the people opening the lock would have pushed their feet to have a push and get some good traction to get the gates open. It is a bit of a mess, unfortunately, down here. They have tried to catch the rubbish. And on the other side, by the way, another set of treads, another capstan, bollard, what have you. And so the Glamorganshire Canal, £3, long gone. The West Junction Canal, one bridge left, but of the Junction Canal, quite a bit there. And I think you'll admit, with these two lovely old bridges and the landscaping, even though it's a bit rough around the edges, it's still looking good. I'm going to be back out doing more stuff soon. I've got an end of year video coming where I'm going to tell you a little bit more about some of the stuff that's happening next year, and some exciting news as well. Well, I'm quite excited about it. You may be totally nonchalant, but hey, watch anyway. So please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification button, bing, and until next time.